Welcome, everyone, to the Horror Cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
What's up, Paul?
Good evening.
What's up, Stephen Price?
Hello there.
All right, so we were just, in the last cast, we were talking about it. We ran out of time. And I was talking about, Stephen, about the fan film for Friday the 13th that this guy did. And he got, like, an actor from the previous Friday the 13th movie to reprise his role. They had a guy that played Jason, was really cool. And we know that Friday the 13th is not, Paramount had it for years because they were given by a weird deal with Christopher Nolan that they had a couple of years to make a movie or movies, and then it goes back to New Line and Warner Brothers Pictures. So my big thing that I was talking about is that we all seen Friday the 13th movies, right? I mean, you've seen them, right, Steve?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We know it's not rocket science. I mean, nobody expects to go see a Friday the 13th movie and think it's like Shakespeare or like something that's going to get the Oscars. So why
It's
they
a whole movie.
Yeah, so why they put these people on the movie and they try to be like, oh, well, I want to know what Jason's motivation is. I want to know why he comes back. You're thinking too much. And
Yeah.
you have years to do the movie, and they keep delaying, and they're like, I want the movie perfect. I want the movie. Right? And what happened? Right as they're about to do it, right as they got a script, they had a legal trouble, which basically they already to film. Now, the person, hey, Jay, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, Jay. Hello, Jay.
Hey.
All right. So the problem is that we actually got like an outline of the script for this movie that they were going to do. And this guy was going to kill off Jason Voorhees in a way that they could possibly not bring him back ever. Now, the only reason I could think of that they were going to do this and repeat off of for the final chapter was the fact that they had to give it back to Warner Brothers, and they wanted to screw it up so much that they couldn't even do a movie about it. And again, if you're given a gift and you're given the Friday the 13th franchise to do a couple of movies where you get all the profit from it, then why don't you just make movies? Why do you got to make it this ridiculous thing? The guy, it was, I mean, very simple. You can make it where he's still under the water, chained to the rock. He comes up, he kills. Yes, you could do different things. Yes, you could do nuances and stuff and maybe add stuff to the story. But overall, Jason's not going to die. He's going to keep coming back. That's the main thing. You know, like you can't to throw in stupid stuff about why you're going to bring his father into it. His father wasn't in 30 years. Why are you going to kill him off? It's dumb. It's dumb. And this guy wasted too much time, I felt. And it was meant to be that the movie was never made because he would have screwed it up any more than it's already been.
It sounds like one Hollywood studio screwing up another Hollywood studio.
Yes. And it's a grimy thing to do. That Paramount Pictures would try to screw up Warner Brothers Pictures when they could have just made money from the damn movie. It's called an ego.
They could have, hey, better yet, why don't they just give it to Sony? That way Sony would have just screwed it up naturally, and it was just a given.
Look, the thing is that this guy made a movie, a fan film, because he's like, yo, it's like 10 years since we've seen a Friday the 13th movie. Let's go. So he did it non-profit. Doesn't make any money. You can see it for free on bloodydisgusting.com. And he filmed it himself with a few actors. I guess nobody made money or whatever. If they did make money, it was like from his pocket or whatever. But basically, they did Jason, and he's running from Jason, and it was a good fan film. It's one of the better fan films. He actually looked like he spent money on it, and the guy that played Jason was great. And I was saying to myself, well, this guy didn't get busy with the whole. It's like he's a hiker in the woods. He's trying to find out about Jason. He comes across Jason. That's it. And then he's trying to survive where, you know how people die right away. They don't really survive throughout the whole movie. He's trying to. I mean, like he's like one of those people that after all the people that die, he lives. But the thing is that it didn't get busy with thinking about it too much. You know?
That's all it is. I mean, come on.
They want to make a name for themselves. They're trying to put this revolutionary movie out. But they're given a horror movie, okay? It's not hard. You don't need to show off with this movie. Go show up with a different movie.
No.
So just do the movie. Look, again, he slashes people. He kills people. It's not like you're going to do crazy stuff like send them to space again or in hell. It's stupid. The guy should have he could have made, back in the day, they made a Friday the 13th movie every year. Every year.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember
they were popping them out, and it was like, whoa. They killed him, then they had a guy mimic him, which I really hated, the fifth one, and then they had him come back to life, and they kept popping him out. Didn't even think about, okay. And again, yes, you don't want to do a bad movie, but nobody expects a lot from Friday the 13th franchise. They expect it to be that.
I mean, only thing people want to see in slasher films is 1, people getting killed. 2, people running around. 3, maybe some nudity here and there.
But the problem with Michael Bay's one, Michael Bay, big director, did a Friday the 13th movie. And it was wrong because it's like they're trying to make fun of the people in the 80s, but they look ridiculous because they're doing it way more that the people more stupid in this time period than they were in the 80s. And they're tripping over themselves with CGI and fancy house. You don't need to spend a lot of money on the damn house that they're in. They're in the woods.
I don't know if we've all seen it. There's a Geico commercial, which you see these teenagers running around and go, where should we hide? What about that car? No, let's hide behind that rack of chainsaws and all that.
Yeah, I saw that thing. And the guy's holding the shit.
that, Scott.
Yeah, let's hide it in the weapons shed. Right.
I love that. That's crazy.
That's pretty much the whole set.
And even the killer is like...
The killer is looking like, will y'all hurry up?
Are you shitting me?
You're making it too easy for me. There was even a point in this movie that Jason was like, didn't kill the guy right away? Like playing around with him? Like, are you for real? Like, really? So, like, he was just like messing with him a little bit. Because the guy could have been dead in 5 seconds. And Jason he did something where Jason was pissed or something. And then it was like, all right, you know? But it was hysterical. I thought it was a great fan film. I'm going to watch it again. But, again, Stephen Price, you don't expect anything from these movies, right? I mean,
look how many Saw movies. There's another one coming out soon now.
And now they're rebranding the franchise and they make his name like Chucky. It's not even a reboot. It's like they just, like, you know how Child's Play is not called Child's Play anymore? It's now called Chucky.
Yeah, it's just a rebranding of it.
Yeah, just like Jason, when they bought it, they called it Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. And people were like, nah, we're not feeling it, you know?
Isn't the Chucky thing going on Netflix, though? It's not a movie, isn't it? It's TV.
It's a movie. No, it's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie.
It's good, though.
I did see your review of the Halloween theme. Oh, my God.
Right? Horrible, right?
God.
You saw my face when they hit the wrong keys. I'm like, what the hell is that? Well, here's the news from this, right? Supposedly, John Carpenter's not using that. Supposedly, he's going to do it himself, which is a good thing because I think I think what happened was I think that they let everybody hear it. Maybe he did it purposely to show maybe them how ridiculous it is and for people to react to it. Because I think that's why they did it. And there was no good reaction from it whatsoever. Not at all. So I think that, basically he's going to do the whole thing. That's what he said. So it's nice.
I liked Halloween, the original, and the second one, and that's it.
Well, I got to tell you, Steve Price, you're not going to be happy, but they're doing another one, but they're erasing 2.
Yeah, I heard you talk about that the other day, Joseph, and I think, how the hell... What's the... I don't know, it just didn't make sense, that. So what is Donald Pleasant saying?
He died, yeah. It starts where John Carpenter got into a fight with Rob Zombie. And he's telling Rob Zombie, Michael Myers isn't this, supernatural, never dies type of thing. And people are like, dude, you made him into that way. That's the way he is. He keeps coming back. So then he's like, oh, no. So now what the whole thing that they want to do is he's trying to do a George Lucas Han shot first, Han shot second type of thing.
No.
He's basically erasing Halloween 2 on because he wants to say that Michael Myers is human and just a regular guy and that and can get killed. And supposedly they're going to do a thing where he actually gets killed. He's just a human, not a supernatural entity. And it's a stupid thing because for an argument that he had against somebody, he's ruining his own character. He's destroying it. He's erasing it from history. And the movie company don't completely agree with what the own creator's doing. That's why they said this is an alternate reality. It's not the real timeline of Halloween because they want to save face to say, look, they don't want to ruin the vision. So this is another, just like everybody believes in the multi-universe theory now where there's a million Matrix Lords out there and a million Scotts, a million Jasons, a million Stevens, a million Pauls. There's another reality where this happens this way. So
just
how can that be? Because
the second one.
What's that, Paul?
The second one continues straight
I
after
know.
the first movie. So then the first movie then doesn't mean jack.
Well, the whole thing is that after the first movie ends, they flash forward to the present time. And in other words, that never happened. The hospital thing never happened in this universe.
Right.
So in this universe, he falls out the window. She looks out the window. He's not there. What the hell happened? Flash forward to today. So that's what they're doing. In this, say, timeline 2 or 3 or 4, whatever.
That's like a mirror universe.
Yeah, it's another universe. Well, listen, they're doing this now. They did it with Ghostbusters. It's another universe. They're doing it they're just doing it. It's just people accept that there's other universes. So they're like, okay, parallel universes. Okay, this is another universe, okay? And that's what they're doing. Just like with the superheroes. They're big on Flashpoint and alternate universes and stuff now. So
I think that takes the piss out of the fans, the original fans who loved the first and, well, I'm like the other guy who just said the first and second ones were the best and that's it. And I think that's really taking the piss out of the fans, if you ask me.
It is. But it's also, you got to think of it this way. They already did this already, alternate universe thing, because we did the thing with Jason, where Jason was in hell. Then they tried to, and Jason was in space, or something that. And when they did the space one, they tried to make it like he wasn't in hell; he's just dreaming it. You know, and it's like, yeah, and you can't say he's in space because then you can't do any more Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So they said somewhere in the future that
floating around going.
Well, somewhere in the future they have force fields in Crystal Lake and they freeze them. That was stupid. But even in Friday the 13th, even the Nightmare on Elm Street one, if you remember. It's at some time in the future when they actually kill him. So you don't know when it is. But again, it's not rocket science. Make your movies. Halloween, they ruined it. If they're going to make a sequel, they could have did 1 and 2. They erased 3 because 3's not connected to that.
Yeah, it's
4 and 5, and it's a sequel to Halloween 5, or you can even make a sequel to 2. But they pick and choose. They did this even with Superman. The guys that did Superman Returns, they're like, we don't like Superman 3 and 4. So this is a sequel to Superman 2. And it didn't work because
they even talked to the guys. Says, well, I was trying to make something that was to where the women could relate to. And then it says, now we wish you did it that way.
Well, the Superman Returns, basically, you go, every movie's supposed to evolve. Every movie's supposed to evolve. So Superman, he's with Lex Luthor. Second one, he's with supervillains. So if you go further, he's with more supervillains. But instead, they went backwards. They went where it's just Lex Luthor. And people are so used to all the fighting and the superpowers, they're like, ew. Like, what's this? And that's the problem. They should have made multiple villains for Returns. But they lost it. They lost it. But again, Friday the 13th, they went in weird directions. They should make a sequel to him in Manhattan. And they just do it a couple lines, said that somehow in 89 or whatever it was that came in, he went back to Crystal Lake. She saw a hallucinatory thing that he was a kid. She was on drugs, whatever. He's back at Crystal Lake. They put him under the water with the chain that they did, and he's still in the bottom of the lake, and he gets freed. And that's it. No big deal. No big wasting time.
So when you look at
here we go. She could have had a mental breakdown and all this stuff and she heard bits and pieces of a lot of things, and she just morphed it into that.
Right. Yeah, Paul.
When you look at the bigger picture, though, with all of this and the sequels and the parallel universe sequels, whatever you want to call it, doesn't it come down to at the end of the day that it's just a lack of ideas by Hollywood to create new original things for horror films, whatever genre.
No, I'll tell you why.
Instead of sequel, why not new ideas? Get new writers in.
I'll tell you why. Just like Superman continues and Spider-Man continues with new takes on it, you have to think of it this way. Friday the 13th has been around for what, 30 years? Even Nightmare on Elm Street, we don't want to think of it because then we think we're old. But this stuff's been around since the 70s, 80s, like these things. Nightmare on Elm Street, the 80s. They're going to continue long after we're dead. There's going to be movies where they reboot it. We're going to be in our grave, and they're going to continue this well into 100 years or more. Because it's right. So they're going to, yes, Friday the 13th may be sleeping now because they don't know what to do with it, but it will come back at some point in time. Now, again, you can just make new movies for new audience. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to do extravagant things. He doesn't have to be in space. He doesn't have to be in hell. Just a new movie. And that's it. Nobody's expecting it to be like winning the Oscars. And that's what I think these new filmmakers, they come from college. They're all preppies. They're all like, I'm going to do something nobody else can. No. Just make a regular movie. You don't have to make a great movie. Just make a Friday the 13th movie. That's it.
No one's willing to take a chance, though, Joe. No one's willing to take a chance on new writers with new ideas. They just want the same old stuff, just over and over and over.
Even Nightmare on Elm Street, you know what they tried to do? They tried to make it like reality. Nobody wants a freaking horror movie like reality. Nobody wants to see how he actually looks if he's burned. This is a fantasy. It's a horror. Don't go too busy with it. And they ruined it because they got a different actor. And he looked, and then they got freaky with the whole him with children, which they really, I can't,
They didn't, and
too freaky.
Hinted upon,
but that's too freaky. It was beyond hinted upon. It was reality if you watched it. But just thing like Hellraiser and all these other things. It's a horror movie. You watch it to escape. You're not going to do those things. You're just going to watch it, and they're just these directors, these writers. They're too ridiculous. Just do it. There's no pressure about your career. Just they've done
about 9 Hellraisers, haven't they?
Which one?
Hellraiser movies. They've done about 9.
God, they have made so many that I have come across some too, where Pinhead appears for 2 minutes.
Yeah. 2
minutes. So it's like a Twilight Zone episode or something, and then he appears at the end where it is Hellraiser. So they're making a movie that has nothing to do with Hellraiser, and then it's like Hellraiser. It's stupid.
I think they started in the 80s as well, didn't it? Hellraiser? That was back in the 80s when it started.
There is a new Hellraiser out, which is a new Pinhead, and it's not even out yet. And I heard it's garbage. But the last one was garbage. The last one, the plot was all over the place. It didn't make any sense.
Right to DVD.
And if you're being tortured with the box, why would you want to go back in the box? It's stupid. So it made no sense. They tried to steal stuff from The Strangers and all these other horror movies that were popular at the time. It didn't work. So now they're doing another one. I guess it's a reboot. And
as long as the studio makes its money back, that's all they're worried about, Joe. And even if it goes straight to DVD instead of getting even a limited release at cinema, it doesn't matter. As long as they make their money back, they're happy, and they'll just continue churning out the same old. And as I said, there's nothing original anymore. It's just sequel after.
Well, certain movies are not meant to be original. Like Friday the 13th, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go with Friday the 13th? He's in the woods, he kills people. It's just they're going to show new ways he kills people or new people, characters, whatever. But you can't do anything like he's going to do something dramatic. I mean, it's meant to be something where you're not supposed to think. You're supposed to just watch it, distracted from your everyday life, paying bills, whatever. Okay, let me pick on a movie, watch Jason kill people, and then you're distracted. It's a distraction. That's it. Freddy Krueger, they're saying now that Robert Englund's going to be a doctor in a cameo appearance, talking to the victims. And Robert Englund wants Kevin Bacon to be Freddy Krueger.
I heard that. That is so. Oh God.
I just think that get Robert Englund and just do it. They tried to reboot this before it was even. They tried to do it called New Nightmare, where they tried to make it that a demon had watched the movies and liked the appearance of Freddy Krueger, and a demon became Freddy Krueger. And it was good. It was a cool concept, but it didn't work as a series. And then they rebooted it a second time, if you think about it, with the guy that was in those movies, and nobody cared for it, and nobody wanted it. It was so bad that they went ahead with Friday the 13th rather than they wanted to go ahead with a Friday the 13th sequel rather than doing a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel. Nightmare on Elm Street was their mascot, their god. So Friday the 13th, the next one will probably be out 2019, 2020. Pretty sure. The movie's going to get it back in 2018. Right now, they can't make anything with it because Paramount still has it. Which, if you still have it,
do something with it.
How long is it? Listen, how long is it going to take to film something in the woods? You mean to tell me that it's going to take months? Do a simple movie and put it out.
I think the whole fact they have it so nobody else can do anything with it. I think that's what they're doing.
But they only have it till 2018, then they lose it. So they make no money off of it, Scott. Having the franchise for a couple of years, they've done nothing with it.
Right. Well, speaking of what Paul was saying about original movies, I haven't seen an original movie in about 20 years.
Yeah.
It's all the same things rebooted, like Dukes of Hazzard and stuff like that. They're taking things from TV shows from 30 years ago.
Chips.
Is there nobody in Hollywood that can write a script out of their head?
Probably not.
I've done a.
They need to hire you. They need to
hire let me tell you something.
To write a script.
See, I'm not worried about typecasting because I love Doctor Who, right? But I like other things.
Mm-hmm.
I like Spider-Man and comics. I like horror. I like science fiction, space. I like comedy. I like a whole bunch of stuff. So I would be the first one. I wouldn't even be worried about, oh, he's going to be doing this for the rest of his life. No, I would do Doctor Who. Then I would do a horror movie. You want to know why? Because guess what? People that are doing Doctor Who scripts, secret here, okay? They're doing horror movies.
Yeah.
You didn't know that? Sinister was by Doctor Who people. Okay?
Well,
Doctor Who people are doing horror movies now.
Drama.
I can do drama too.
Not science fiction.
No, but I can do drama too. I mean, the thing is that people, they even, I mean, come on now. They have comic book writers now making horror movies too. I mean, I would love to do all the stuff that I love to do. I would love to write for Doctor Who. I would love to write for Star Trek. I would love to do Friday the 13th movies. I love to do superhero movies. I love to do drama movies. I love to do crime movies, all that stuff. I would do all of that. I would love to write it myself and direct.
I would love to see Hollywood just go with someone else instead of stupid J.J. Abrams. Get Peter David to write a Star Trek show, a movie.
Well, Peter Capaldi.
He created a book series that was phenomenal. They even made toy figures from it.
Wow.
He could make a good Star Trek movie.
Well, look at Seth MacFarlane. Seth MacFarlane's a huge Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
The biggest.
See what happened today? Seven critics said that Orville stunk. I wanted to grab the phone inside and twist their necks.
They said it was bad?
They said it was a
Those
myth.
critics.
They got paid off by Paramount Pictures because Paramount Pictures don't want
they
to
love Discovery.
It sucks.
But they
I don't like it.
hated Orville.
No, they don't.
They even hated the wisdom of the crowd, and they said so on The Good Doctor. I'd let them have it.
Yeah, it's Paramount paid off people because they're jealous.
Yeah.
Because they don't want it to be around. That's the problem.
Because look at this. Orville managed to get possibly the second season on its own merits, where they had to automatically put STD as a second season without anybody seeing the first.
Right.
So,
and explain to me how now Paramount, please tell me again,
guys. I'll be right back.
Down the line, Star Trek Discovery is, and look at the fact that Orville is number 2.
To show you how Star Trek Discovery stunk to people, they shortened it to STD.
I was making that comment. Yeah.
Now, Paramount, to save face, they said, no, the real little thing is called DISC. Okay, it's Star
Yeah,
Trek.
because everybody's dissing it. Dissing these nuts.
But
you know what movie needed a sequel, but it's too late now? It's John Carpenter's The Thing that was made in 1982 to find out what happened later.
What was that again? What was this film called?
The Thing.
Oh, The Thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know they've done a prequel.
Yeah, the prequel is good.
Yeah.
I've not seen it. No, I've not seen The Thing.
But no, the prequel was decent. But yeah,
I think someone like Russell T Davies, he would be a good writer, for something like that. Whether a new kind of going in a different direction, something original, and this is what pisses me off about, the Hollywood film factory is just the same old all the time, And like you were saying, they're rebooting old TV shows.
they get into a rut. They say this is good for about 20 movies, and then they beat it like a dead horse. Like Joe was saying, there's plans on a sequel to Happy Death Day, and I saw the movie. Yes, it's good. I'd love it. I'd watch it again and again, but it's just one of those one-shot movies which does not need a sequel.
Right. And again, I didn't see it, so don't spoil it. But
I'm not. But I'm just
I mean,
saying,
I don't know if she lives or she dies or whatever, but I'm sure they're going to do that same effect with somebody new, with whatever it is. Yeah, Jay, I'm sorry.
Is this Happy Death Day original?
No.
It's pretty much Groundhog's Day.
It's Groundhog Day. Bill Murray.
But still, it's good. It's a good horror flick.
Good
I was
Hog
going to watch that the other
horror
night.
movie. Okay.
I was going to watch that the
You
other
don't remember Bill Murray in Groundhog Day?
Oh, yeah.
And they've done this, they did a whole series on ABC where somebody was trapped in a time loop for the whole season, but they got canceled. Then they did a comedy on Netflix with the Wayans guy where he's naked and he wakes up naked in front of all these people, and it's like he's trying to get married, this comedy thing, like in a time loop. So they're repeating this new, that's what's in right now is time loops. That's what everybody wants to make movies of now. So, so this is a time loop where somebody kills her, she wakes up.
Now, I don't know if Groundhog Day was a hit or not.
It was a hit, yeah.
Oh, it was?
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. They made it's a Broadway play right now.
I only watched it once, so.
It's a Broadway play right now, too.
Really?
Yeah. And Bill Murray saw it twice. So
even Broadway is having difficulty figuring out new stuff. So
well, Broadway was even doing stuff in the movies too. They were doing American Psycho, which it's like, wow.
The Lion King.
Spider-Man as well.
I'm waiting for them to do a Broadway play of Psycho themselves, like Norman Bates and his mother. I'm waiting
to do a Broadway play off of your book.
How about a Broadway play?
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of movies or TV show or something, but I can. It's possible. You know what it is?
How about a Broadway play of the Human Centipede?
No.
Oh no!
Oh,
Lord.
Let me tell you something. The guy had a sick mind. I don't know if he was drinking one day. I don't know if you know what it is, Jay. And it's like, wouldn't it be interesting to have a movie where somebody sewed somebody's face into somebody's, and then they went to the bathroom. It's like, oh my God. Then you see the second one. It's even gross with the baby and everything. I'm like, oh God, how could you do that? I don't even want to see 3.
I went on IMDb after.
Oh God! I don't even want to see 3. I don't even want to see 3. 3 is like.
I wonder if DC, Gotham got that from that movie when they tore off that man's face and re-sewed it on the last season.
God.
It's actually based on what they suspect happened during the Second World War.
Somebody did that.
Yeah, with the Jewish people. The German people. Yeah. I was reading on IMDb, and believe it or not, the first film won a few awards. Believe it or not.
I know. That's sad.
You know?
Mm.
All right, get off that. So
you started it.
Listen,
thank you, Scott, for
Yeah, they're doing
Joe.
Chainsaw Massacre. Yes.
I just got a message. That's the reason why it was taking me so long to come back into this. I got a message from a library. They do have a couple of books of yours.
Oh, okay. We'll talk off air. Very good. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Originally, we heard that they were doing 2 movies. One, they would make Leatherface like a popular kid with girlfriend in school. Then supposedly people flipped when they heard that and they wanted it changed. I don't know what the hell this version is, but we've seen the trailer of it already. I don't know. But there's supposed to be 2 that are to be made. One's a Leatherface movie, one's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel or something. We'll have to wait and see. We have a Twilight Zone coming out. We have Creature from the Black Lagoon. We have another Blob. We have another Body Snatchers reboot.
I love that movie. I love the original.
They've been trying to reboot The Fly for ages.
Oh, God.
The original one with Vincent Price that they did later on with Jeff Goldblum.
Wait a minute. Vincent Price did one?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the 50s or
2.
60s.
He did 2.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
The only one I remember is
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
No, that was a remake of that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to search that and look.
It was great. It was great.
It was good. Yeah.
They were both good. 2. They made 2. They made sequels back in the day before they were called sequels. They weren't even.
Because I love Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Bring back Dr. Phibes.
Which one?
Dr. Phibes.
Dr. Phibes. Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, there was a talk that Johnny Depp was going to play Dr. Phibes.
Wow.
You don't remember, Joe?
No, what was that?
It was a very early 70s British horror film.
I was born in 74.
Yeah, I think Hammer. I think the Hammer.
Okay.
Yeah, it was one of the early Hammer films in the 70s.
American International it was.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got to look that up now.
Yeah,
It's
Joe
good.
is a young pup.
I don't know if I'm a young buck, but I mean, I actually had wrote a treatment for a horror book that eventually I will put out too. But there's so many. I have so many plans of what I want to write and different things. But I had a whole synopsis of a series of horror books I was going to do too. But we'll see what happens in the future. But anyway, the next thing, Nightmare on Elm Street. Supposedly they're going to do Robert Englund's a cameo. I don't know how that's going to be, and then Insidious. I haven't even seen the latest ones. Insidious 4 is coming out. They're doing a reboot.
Yeah.
It's American Werewolf in London, and yes, I know it was American Werewolf in London and Paris. Yeah, Paris was in the other one. Yeah.
Have they done the Blob yet?
They're doing it now.
No, they are.
Hopefully it's better.
It better be as good as the original, though.
I don't know. Will they be? Probably not. I mean, I don't think so. We'll see.
They're doing Salem's Lot again.
Yes, and Pet Sematary. Yes. Oh, God, right.
I know it was silly, the Creature of the Black Lagoon, but I love it.
Yeah. They're doing that. Well, let's put it this way. Everything is on hold right now for that Dark Universal Monsters thing because The Mummy bombed. Although I saw The Mummy, the new one with Tom Cruise. I liked it. I saw it like weeks ago. So
and when you realize how douchey Tom Cruise's character is, you can understand why everything happens to him. And that's what works with the character.
Yeah, me and Chris have constantly said in these casts that they released The Mummy the wrong time. It should have been released alone, where there's nothing against it. It comes out in August or September, and it would be great. Look at the Resident Evil movies. They came out in September, after times, or January, or whatever. They did phenomenal. Even the Underworld movies. They put them out in January, no competition. Boom.
No,
Leave it alone.
This isn't like The Mummy of The Rock.
The Mummy of what?
The Rock.
The Rock.
He starred in a movie called The Mummy.
Not The Rock. The Rock didn't appear in The Mummy.
No, the Scorpion King.
Oh, the Scorpion King. No, that's
King.
yes.
Scorpion
It's kind of like a It's supposed to be a reboot, but it's kind of like a sequel because that happened in the way past.
Yeah.
So they're trying to reboot everything. So that's what. Yeah,
Okay.
but different mummies though. Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yes. Same thing, yes, but different. That was in the 30s or 40s, and then when he came back, and supposedly Brendan Fraser's character, yes, that this Mummy movie is connected to those, but those are in the way past, and this
I'm gonna
is
see it.
yeah. That
Just
is, I believe, it's canon. So.
Just out of interest, from obviously you guys will know more than I do, but slightly off topic. But do you think all this business with the Weinstein Company is going to have any effects on Hollywood?
Absolutely.
In general, with the films that are coming out and the money and everything?
Absolutely. Completely, because, and again, that's something we would talk about for Topic Wonders, but we will address it here. There's going to be there's a whole battle going on the internet. They're going to find that anybody that's connected with that guy, Harvey Weinstein,
or even think about changing
anybody,
the company.
They are going to change the name of the company, but they're gonna basically, there's going to be all these people that are going to come out to be assholes and evil people. That it's going to change Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well,
but do you think, though, from a
backing
financial point of view, does the Weinstein Company pump money into other studios to help them get things out?
Right.
Everything is going to be affected. Yes, 100%. 100%.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
If they go down, that's going to be a blow.
Right.
They're
a lot
already accusing Patrick Swayze of something.
Patrick Swayze died.
I know, but
That's
an actress came and said that he accosted her.
They just, you know what? People just whatever. I don't want to. That, you know what? Unfortunately, there's going to be a shift in Hollywood. We're going to have to see what happens.
They doing it because he's dead and he can't defend himself.
Probably.
I know.
Yeah.
But going back to horror, we got a whole lineup of stuff happening. They're going to be rebooting Paranormal Activity. They said, which if people are fans of that, I know that's. Chucky's going to space in the next movie, supposedly.
That thing reminds me of Teddy Ruxpin. Oh,
but supposedly the guy wants to go in space.
Movie came out shortly after the My Buddy came out.
There's two choices. The guy that does Chucky, he wants to do a Nightmare on Elm Street crossover. It probably won't happen, but he wants to do also Chucky in space because Jason was in space. This one's in space. So he wants to put the doll in space with the space station and killing and whatever.
Chucky
again, I mean, whatever. It's going to happen. There's definitely going to be a Chucky in space. I know we're not happy about it, but it's going to happen. Not original, but whatever. I think they need to do Chucky with a Paranormal Activity type of thing, like I would suggest, where he tries to kill people in the house. He tries to kill
Star Wars.
He tries to kill people in the house, and the house is going to kill them first, and he has to team with the people against the house. That would be interesting.
Chucky meets K9.
Yeah, right. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here for now. I'll be back later. Thank you guys for a great horror cast. Appreciate it. Take care. Bye for now.